It's Madden NFL 24, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC East. It's the Dolphins and the Shamrocks, coming up next.
With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop. Today we get this season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Shamrocks of Brooklyn. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Brooklyn. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wagner. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, you think about what it's taken to get to this point. The Giants and the Jets, obviously historic franchises, shared the stadium for years, never felt fully right. Well, now you got two New York teams with two different homes. And this team in Brooklyn, I'll tell you what, walking in, seeing the excitement on the fans' faces, they are ready to embrace a team here in Brooklyn. And this should be a fun experience to watch unfold. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Flynn, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Back to throw. Wagner. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
To throw on 3rd down. Wagner. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say,
he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself.
And now off to the races down the right side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Now a stoppage here, as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. inside the 10. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On third down, Klein. And incomplete on the deep ball.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And it's fielded at the 34. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week 1 contest. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. He's going to try and take off with it. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Klein. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Noble. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle they go. Noble. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They'll run on first down. Flynn, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Back to throw. Wagner. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a give right side. It's Flynn. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Wagner. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Flynn. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Wagner. He finds his man. Complete. That's Flynn. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Wagner. And he is caught. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll try the left side. It's Flynn. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake. Wagner. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
To throw on 3rd down. Wagner. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
On 1st and 10, Klein. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Off play action, Klein.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable here from the 38.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Up the middle they go. Flynn, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Hard throw, incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Miami set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Complete to number 84. First and goal, Miami.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. But they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. Fourth and goal from the 2. Looking to throw. Klein. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Shamrocks 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second down, it's Flynn. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Wagner. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Barnett. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff up the middle. Flynn. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Shamrocks have retaken the lead. Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Klein. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wagner. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On 1st down. It's Flynn. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Wagner. He completes it to Hunter. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. On first down, Wagner. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Flynn. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Back to throw again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Klein. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing on 1st down. Klein over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he's got this down to the 35.
A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, Klein. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wagner. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Klein. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They'll run on first down. Noble. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
Ball start, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Back to throw. Klein. He finds his man. Complete. It's Burgess. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. Noble. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that if they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue. Make that now 2 runs in a row that have netted them great results.
And it doesn't matter what kind of blocking scheme they're using, gap scheme, power scheme, zone running. They are finding people in those gaps and moving them and creating nice space for their runners.
82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Looking to throw. Wagner, he finds his man, complete. That's Flynn. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
Operating from the gun, Wagner. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Off play action, Wagner. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So he's got another field goal, his 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Klein. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Klein. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Burgess. It's a big play there for Miami. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Klein.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
Throwing to start the drive. Wagner. He completes it to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wagner. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Flynn. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw. Wagner. He finds his man. Complete. That's Flynn. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Dolphins' 47-yard line.
Back to throw. Wagner.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. We'll get this up to about the 44. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun, Klein. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd and 9 now. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw on 2nd down. Klein. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hall. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Klein. There's a short one complete to Harris. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 37-yard line.
Off the bootleg. Klein. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd down, Noble. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 76 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Noble, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Up the middle they go. Noble, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Dolphins have tied things up here in the 4th. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The 27-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Flynn. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Up the middle they go. It's Flynn. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Back to throw. Wagner. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st down, Noble down to about the 45.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th.
So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy, and they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And this offense on third down today, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, Klein.
That was a good play, an incompletion that feels like a disappointment. The ball was tipped in the air, a chance for an interception, and you can just feel the home crowd coming together thinking, this is the big play we've been looking for. And when it falls to the ground, a little bit of disappointment, even though it was a good play.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Klein. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Barnett. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Looking to throw. Wagner. Open man, that's Henry. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now a handoff up the middle. Flynn, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Throwing on first down. Wagner. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. They'll come up now on second down. Looking to throw on second down. Wagner. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
And this one is right down the middle. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Here's second down and 3.
To throw on second down, Klein.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing to start the drive. Wagner. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnett. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now.
On first and 10, Wagner. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On third down, it's Flynn, and this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Brooklyn, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.